big trip starts. We're at Wodonga. We've just driven past a whole lot of flooding and we are packed. The canopy's full, the roof rack's obviously full. We've got 4 bodies in there as well. So we're heading off to Moreton, which will be fantastic. Here we are, end of day 1. And it's been raining for the last probably 2 hours in Goulburn. All the gear on top of the roof of the Trident, doesn't matter if it gets wet. All the stuff in the tub, does matter if it gets wet, because that's our clothes and our camping gear. Well, our clothes are at the motel at the moment. It's 7:30 and the rain has settled in for the night, I reckon. But when we hit Coffs, it's meant to be 30 degrees and sunny, so everything's going to dry out pretty quick, I reckon. So we're looking forward to getting away from the rain and hitting the sun. We're having a little powwow here tonight as well. Michael's looking up Andrew's address, checking the weather. Rob's just chilling, aren't you, Rob? And Andrew's being onion boy as normal. Well, this is us. We're off. We're to head up at Coffs Harbour. At our night here, we've just got out of our cabins, which were very nice. And we're heading, oh, it looks that pleasant from here, we're heading north. We're going to be on the ferry across to Moreton Island this morning. No, well, Queensland time, early afternoon. All right, here we are, waiting for the boat to arrive, and then we're going to load up, head over to the island. Should be good. Beautiful day. All right, here's our ferry. So I'll get all the current punters off, and we'll go on. Should be good. So we got onto the ferry, and then they got so the twin cab utes, or the utes, got on first, and now they're doing the wagons. So that's where we were parked just before. All right, the boom gate's up, and we're off. Michael is pumped. Are you excited, Michael? He loves boats. He's a boat nutcase. He's loving it. He loves the port here. All the containers, the container ships. Oh, there's a bus down there as well. There's a big container ship down the back there, and Michael's loving it. Other big container ships here as well. No doubt if tonight we have service, we'll be looking up the names of all those ships. Well, here's Moreton Island as we come up to it. Not far to go. I'm not sure where we dock, but that's the island. That's where we're going to be for the next 4 or 5 days. 5 days, actually. Got 4 nights, 5 days. You just got to love the setup process of camp, haven't you? This is what we call the blind leading the blind. Michael's into his mattress is filling up with air. My swag's over there, part done. And the boys, their tent just keeps collapsing. So hopefully it collapses during the night and I'll get the video onto it because it'll be funny. Well, here we are. Anyway, campground. I'm set up. Let me show you the others. And this is the rest of them. They're still fluffing around like a bunch of old moles at christenings. Michael's got the mattress happening. Andrew and Rob have had a few false starts with putting the tent up, but now I think they've got it together. My swag, my luxurious little campsite is there, ready to go for me to pop into at night. It's actually quite warm here after setting up, so we might have to go for a dip, I think, soon after this. We're on the beach right in front of our campsite. So, Chef Michael, what do you reckon of the sunset?
Yes, good.
It's good?
You?
He suggested we bring our dinner out here one night and watch the sun go down. Now,
oh, yeah.
So, Andrew, what do you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
Should we eat out here one night?
Yes.
What do you reckon of the sunset?
It's absolutely beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Missing work.
Missing work?
I know.
Yeah, missing work, yeah.
Ah, you'll have your feet up soon. Having a nice coffee. I bought special coffee for me and Rob.
Oh.
So these other 2 weirdos don't have coffee. So me and Rob are going to sit back in the morning and enjoy. So we're checking out the sunset, day 1 on Moreton. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So check this out. Awesome. So I'll spin around. That's the sunset. Wow. So we've had dinner. And here's the gang doing the dishes.
I'm not far.
A couple of visions of loveliness sitting there. Right, Andy, Mr. ARB, Big Bad Rob. Looking like he's crawled out of his swag pretty early. So we're going to have eggs and bacon for breakfast this morning. And this is the camp after our first night. Look at that swag in front there. Fantastic. And Michael's tent, he's got that set up. I think he's gone for a little walk to the house on the hill. And this is how it should be. Andrew's doing dishes, Rob's drying and putting away, and I'm sitting relaxing.
And Michael?
And Michael's in his tent fluffing.
Alright.
Always fluffing. We just hear him every now and again. We don't actually see him. So we're heading, we've left campsite this morning. We're heading down to a place called Coringal. And we don't know what's down there. We're told there's a cafe sort of set up down there. Brisbane over there in the distance. And there we're going down south of Moreton Island. All sand, so you need a forward drive. So we're just cruising along this track over on the left, as you see me there. And we come across oysters. So we're going to go and test some oysters. Old ARB reckons he hasn't seen oysters or tasted oysters before, but Rob reckons he likes them. Do you like them, Rob?
I love it, mate.
And Michael reckons he's into them as well. The magic lady here is shucking the oysters. Look at that. Have you done this before?
Started yesterday.
Well, they've grown 2 kilometres out.
About 2 kilometres out the front, there's our farm. We
Yep.
have about 3 million oysters. They take 3 years to grow, so you've got every step, you've got to be every step ahead of yourself.
So these are the live ones just here. When we open them, we're assuming they calve.
Eventually.
They will be once they get in our belly. So now we're inside the gutter bar. What do you reckon, Rob? Look at Rob, he's Mr. Relaxed, no shoes, recycling clothes. You got to do that though, you know, it's all part of the fun of it. So now we're on the eastern beach. We've stopped into Coringal. It's a little township. There's a few houses and that lurking around there. Before it gets to high tide, we're going to make our way back up Eastern Beach so we don't get blocked down here and have to sleep here tonight. We've got plenty of food and water, but we've got nothing to sleep in, so it'd be sleepy on the sand if we had to. We're just cruising along. I stopped all of a sudden. No one knew what was going on. I jumped out of the car and ran to the water and had the little cherubs follow. Rob's holding the fort. He's not a big swimmer, so he guards the car. Michael, Andrew and I, we jump in there. So this is how deserted the beach is. No one up there then. If we turn around, no one down there either. Absolutely beautiful. So we've just been out snorkeling around these wrecks here, and we saw an amazing amount of fish just through the water. Rob guarded the car because he's not big on the water sports, but we had a brilliant time. It was really, really nice, and you can see the weather's perfect. So I'm convinced both Michael and Andrew have been living under a rock. They don't know how to use a lighter. Like, what the? I can't believe it. What's going on there?
Oh, yeah.
Had to confuse a couple of the boys. You give them a lighter, keeps them amused for hours because they can't turn it
What
on.
do you know?
All right, Andrew's trying to chop the wood. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, and it's a brand new axe. What's he doing? Oh no. Oh, come on. Put some effort into it.
Great day.
Come on! Don't chop your foot though. Well, we'll see you all here in about a year's time when he's finished chopping. So we've scored a bit of wind tonight. It's 25 to 40 kilometre winds. And there's old ARB. We're doing forward drive coming up the beach. So these cars, Eddie and Andrew again, just walked in front of me. So we just drive along the beach here. As long as the tide's not too far up. Obviously where we're standing, we're pretty right. And Michael is pumped. There's a container ship just there. So he's nearly wetting his pants with excitement, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's what you call poetry in motion. We got Rob and Michael on the dishes. Me and Andrew, we did the cooking. We had eggs, bacon, tomatoes, avocado, bread. And the other two guys, well, they were sitting back relaxing while we were slaving away, so they get to do the dishes. Here's the lads helping Rob across the deep water. Well, not really deep, but the water. What teamwork, let them go. The absolute and teamwork. So this is one of our normal tracks we're driving on. It's heavy sand. You can't really see it when you're moving along it. I'm just videoing while I'm driving because I'm only going slow. and there's no cars around, but the sand's really heavy, making the car really work. We got bogged before, so the three boys across the bull bar there pushing me backwards because we were in a heavy bog, so we dug out behind the wheels and have to get ourselves out. Here's the lads. Rob's in the back, he's grunting and groaning as we go over all the lumps and bumps. Michael's just sitting there, he's chilling. What do you reckon, Michael? Is this a bit of good fun?
Yes.
What do you reckon, Rob? And Rob's happy because he got his coffee this morning and cake. Andrew, what do you reckon?
Oh yeah.
Here's the lads. We're right up at North Point, the very top part of Moreton Island now. Fishing boat out there behind us. I reckon in the next few days we're going to have some fish and chips just because you've got to do that. Beautiful up here. So we've got the little pool here where we're all standing around. The waves come rocketing over the rocks here and into the pool. Water's pretty cool, warm too, so it's very civilised. So this is our view over North Point. Fantastic. It's the northernmost, well, I think it's the northernmost point of Moreton Island. And down there, that secluded beach, that's Honeymoon Bay. So no doubt all the honeymooners go down there and kiss and smooch and things like that. We're going to take off when we leave here. We take off, we go over this mountain. There's a lighthouse up on the hill there. We're going to try and get to there. So this is Honeymoon Bay. I'm assuming they call it Honeymoon Bay because it's secluded and people can smooch and do what they like in relative privacy. Or it might be just a beautiful bay, who knows? So these are all the cars up at North Point. It's in the middle there, there's a few of us around. People who have pulled up for lunch, just relaxing, and down south there, that's where we're camping. A fair way down south, but we are down there. People are out here surfing as well. So it's all happening up at North Point. We're just finishing off our lunch on an isolated beach, straight out of the back of the ute. Rob's had enough, so he's gonna catch a quick 20 winks. Michael's having the rest of one of our meals, spaghetti. And Andrew's just gnawed into about half a chicken. So this is the ferry that we're getting back over tomorrow. He's just coming in. We're spotted as we moving our way down towards the wrecks. We might even go for a glass bottom kayak this afternoon, you never know. And this ferry here, which is already in, that's just a passenger ferry only. So no cars on there, and you can see the cars and trucks and that, they're all waiting here to jump on board the car ferry that's rolling on in, as I said just before. The big MyCat's trying to position itself, I'm assuming. Oh, there. Front nose is coming down. Getting ready to load all the cars and trucks and whatever else. They are. Just unloading the vehicles off the ferry now. It's a pretty full ferry, it looks like, too. Camper trailers and all. So as they go to bring the cars on, they do a bit of a check, make sure that you actually are meant to be going on this particular ferry, and then they load you up and you drive into the belly of the MyCat. This is us. The Triton there, and Brisbane's over in the distance. Then they have what they call the wrecks just in front of us here. We went snorkeling through them yesterday and saw an amazing amount of fish. Beautiful little place to come for a holiday is Moreton Island, beautiful place. All right, there's movement with the MyCat, lifting the entry bridge up. And that's it, MyCat's out of here. Off like a fish in the sun. It's pretty flat out there on the water, which is good. Just got to do our final turn, then the MyCat's off, back to Brisbane. That'll be us tomorrow. This is our last night on Moreton, and it's perfect again. So we've come over here to watch the sunset. It's just starting to dip below now. There's Andrew just in the picture there. Just magic place. So here's Andrew and Michael. They've been going round in circles for the last 10-15 minutes. And yes, Rob got on it. I was with Rob, so I couldn't get a photo of me and Rob together. Rob, how was your kayaking experience?
Yeah, it was great.
We saw some fish, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it good down there?
It was good, yeah.
Rob and I, we went out to the wrecks there. It's not that far, but we saw some fantastic fish out there. So, Michael, how's the kayaking?
Yeah, good.
Andrew?
Yeah, but you don't took. You don't.
It was the blind leading the blind with these two, I can tell you. We're just chilling under this tree, waiting for our my cat to arrive. Having some lunch. Then we're going to head off back to Brizzy. Look at that, perfect day. Now down in Victoria, I think it's rainy and cold because we're all Victorians on this trip. Rainy and cold, and up here it's just beautiful. Well, this is our ferry. We're heading back into Brizzy today. Ferry's just arrived and it looks pretty full actually. Drops its front lip down. The cars will drive off, and then once they're all off, then they get us on and load up and enjoy the ferry ride back to Brisbane. All right, we're on the MyCat. Brighton's down there with all the other four-wheel drive. We pumped up its tyres. We had them lowered so we could drive through this along the sand. It's farewell to Moreton Island. Michael's making sure everything's on track, aren't you, Michael?
Yes.
Managing the departure.
Yeah.
So just coming into the port of Brisbane, and there's a ovation of the seas there, the Royal Caribbean, and then a whole lot of container ships. All right, downtown Brisbane, here we are. We've left Moreton Island. We're going for a Brisbane river cruise today, which should be good. Bit of a laugh, and this is a little bit different than what we've been used to, seeing people and streets and everything else compared to sand dunes and camping. So we're going to go on the Brisbane wheel now. A bit of fun for us, the four of us guys. We jump into one of these and then get to see the sights of Brizzy from a sky view. Whee! Gets up pretty high too. So here we are. Here's old Rob. Rob, you just give him the tip. Don't try this at home. You've got to be a professional to do this. Isn't that right? Here's Michael and ARB as we climb up high on the Brisbane wheel. So cruising there along the Brisbane River. Perfect day for it. Magic of Brisbane, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Just an easy going cruise, this one. Brisbane cruises are just fantastic. You've got to get on one. With weather like this, you've got to be happy.